Friends, I'll quickly rush to show you how to first connect. Alright? Yeah. So the first step to make Tally enable ODBC. So please note it, my dear friends. So first step is you have to go to F1 Health, go to settings, one time sir, only one time you need to do. F1 Health, go to settings, select connectivity. F1 Help, settings, select connectivity. Select. After this, there will be a screen like this will appear. Value exists. You have to press enter. By default, you will be none. Correct? None. Okay, it has to be both. It has to be both. Yeah. So this is the first setting, and the port is by default can be 9000. If there is any clash, any other office application running in this port, you can change the port, but not necessary. So this is the first step, sir. Shall we move on to the next step? No, this port number. Yeah. See, port number. There are few ports like 3389 is for RDP. 443 is for HTTPS, 80 is for HTTP. There are some default 12, 13 ports, so you should not put that. Any port above 9000 most likely will not have clash with any application. That is the logic. So, second settings, I'll quickly run through the second settings. After doing this, after connecting Tally, you need to close Tally. Right click on Tally, for example, right click on Tally, icon and give run as administrator. There is small lag here in my system since multiple applications are running. Run as administrator. After which you go to Excel, connect, it will connect. Please try. Volunteers, please help members at this stage. Yes. Yes, sir, I will do 1 second, sir. So you have to right click on the Tally application, go to more and run as administrator after all the settings. Sir, you want me to do the connections part of it, sir? Yes. After this both settings done, the Tally will get restarted. You have to close Tally and restart. Open a company, your settings will be changed. TDL will also get attached. Then you have to go to Excel, put a sheet, data, get data, other sources, Microsoft query. That's it. Friends, from last row, is the screen visible? No. All right. Get data, other sources, Microsoft query. Yes, I believe now it will be. And Tally ODBC 9000, that line should appear in that particular window after you click this. Okay, Tally is not any source, sir. There are two sources. Any source you can use for Tally. No problem. No, sir. Get data, other sources, Microsoft query. Volunteers, please help members on this if you can able to get it. Sir, how many of you not getting this? Can you raise your hand so that others can help? Volunteers, please help these members. Please. Sir, members who are sitting next to them also, please help them, sir, so that we can take this class. Whoever connected can proceed on with taking the master data and the transactional data. Friends, how many of you yet to move on from importing? Please raise your hands so that I can see and do. Volunteers, please identify them and help them out. For 10 பேர் இருந்தீங்களா volunteers? எங்கப்பா 4 பேர் தான் இருக்கீங்க. So except the 5 or 6 who are trying to connect, shall I move on to the next stage, sir? Yes? Yes. Sir, yes sir. So next one, I'm going to currently show you the biggest risk area. Before we move on to GST analytics, we can, after connecting this, we can complete GST audit in less than 30 minutes time, sir. I'm sure. Okay, even at the starting level, you can complete in less than 30 minutes time. First, I'm going to show you the biggest pain point. One example I'm going to take, 269 SS&T transaction. Sir, please can somebody help me out? Our 269 SST transaction will be hidden inside Tally, sir, from the point of view of auditors. For our entity, small and medium enterprise will generally hide 269 SST transactions, sir. Split the entries, then where the ledger will be grouped, sir. So initially will be loans and liabilities, sir. Yes, but before the audit, the Tally data is handed over, they'll group under somewhere and under debtors or creditors depending upon the balance. Now, if there are thousands of debtors, hundreds of debtors and creditors, is it possible to identify this, sir? Not at all possible, sir. Impossible unless we sit on ledger scrutinizing each and every ledger. Now I'm going to introduce this on how to flag these transactions 269 SS&T. So please pay attention, sir. 2-3, it's all pivot only. I'm not going to do anything. So I'm going to select all the items in the transactional data, I believe all of you would have downloaded the transactional data. So I'm going to go to insert and click on pivot table. Insert and click on pivot table and give OK. I'll go to a pivot window like this. So please pay attention, a very crucial step. You'll get over in 10 seconds time. I want you to pay attention here, then you can do it in your laptop. So after selecting the entire array, clicking on pivot, I'm going to go to the fields and search for ledger name. Ledger name is there. I'm going to drag this ledger name to rows. To rows. All the ledgers will be there in the rows. Okay. So next step is I'm going to take amount to values. Basically, I'm going to do a trial balance kind of stuff without an opening balance. Basically, okay, transactions during the year. Now again, instead of sum, I'm going to do a value field setting. Change it to count. Do OK. So now instead of value of the ledger or value of the transactions, a count of the transactions will come. Then voucher type name is there, sir. Drag it to columns. Drag it to columns. So now which ledger you want to see, sir? Focus debtors and creditors. We will analyze each separately. Again, I'll take primary group, select it to a slicer, which will show me, select all the groups. So I'm going to go to select sundry debtors. For a while I'll take the magnifier out, sir. Sir, is there any particular 269 SST in this list, sir? Yes. Yes. So this is a sundry data group which has receipt transaction. But having payment transaction in a sundry data, see here, sir. This alpha provisions as a payment and a journal. Most likely it could be a violation of, or it could, but also at the same time, please see that particular ledger. It has 20 sales transaction, alpha provisions. So certainly it will be a good ledger. I believe that would be some business requirement. One payment is made to a sundry debtor, but you find only payment and receipt in this list, sir. Then what it is? A simple example of a hand loan account. Likewise, you can go same slicer. You can go and take sundry creditors. Again, see, sir, I have payments. I don't have any receipts. I have purchases. All looks like a legible transaction. So I believe many of you would have loaded your own company data. Please try this, sir. And also, as a good audit documentation, we can take this in a print of paper and put it in the file as audit documentation, that we can check this particular transaction. And also, in this case, if everything is fine, debit notes and credit notes looks very legal. But however, in case of journals, the other case of data we have seen, journals, those journals can be noted and can be further taken up on. So I'll give you another 2 minutes or 5 minutes time, sir. Please try to achieve this particular pivot table. Also, I will move on to the right side. Yes. Sir, I moved on this pivot table a bit, sir, so that you can do the same in your company as well. Yes. So this is the setting for the pivot table, except the primary group of it was a slicer. Sir, whenever I think about this particular pivot table, 4 quadrants, to the Rajini movie, தலைவர் பாஷால சொல்லுவார் 8க்குள்ள உலகத்தெல்லாம் அடைக்கலாம்னு சொல்லுவார். நான் நினைப்பேன் 8லாம் தேவையில்லை, சார்ட்டர் கொண்டு இந்த 4 டேபிள் போதும், 4 குவார்டர் போதும், இதுக்குள்ள எதை வேணாலும் போட்டு அனலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
இந்த லைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணுங்க. இந்த லைட் ஆஃப், இந்த ஃபிளாங் என்னாச்சு? ஓகே, இந்த ஃபிளாங் அங்கே இருக்கா? ஆமாம்மா, இதோட
Friends, for the sake of others, I believe more than 90% of people done. So, for helping others, I'm going to do one more time the whole item of identifying 269 SSNT. Please pay attention. So, selecting every item in the array, go to insert and click on pivot table. Step 1, sir. So, this is how a pivot table will have, which will have 4 quadrants. You get 4 quadrants, sir. If you have not achieved, please take a pen and paper and please note it down, sir. What I am doing in the 4 quadrants. So the first quadrant, in the quadrant called row, I am taking ledger name, sir. I am typing ledger name here. The ledger name is coming visible. I am clicking and dragging to the row. Drag pandra, row. Added. All the ledger names are coming in row. It's basically what kind of report is needed, we have to visualize in the mind, sir. எனக்கு ரோல group name வரணும், இல்ல ரோல ledger name வேணும். So what kind of information available in the first row, you should visualize and keep it ready. That particular column you need to drag. In my case, I need all ledger names. I'm dragging. Next one is, sir, I'm going to search for amount. There are 3 amount columns. One is a consolidated amount column for both debits and credits. And the second one is debit specific column, credit specific column, like how we have the traditional journal notebook. I'm going to drag amount to the values. Since it is an amount based field, by default it is sum. I want to take the count. So I'm clicking on amount. The last small arrow mark I'm clicking. Please pay attention, sir. Small arrow mark I'm clicking. Value field setting. Change the sum to count and give OK. So the entire column comes with count of the transaction. Okay, then I'm going on with voucher type name field. I'm dragging it to columns. So to consolidate, the four quadrants are quadrant row I'm filling with ledger name, quadrant values I'm filling with count of the amount column, quadrant column I'm taking voucher type name. So I end up at an array like this, sir, where all the ledgers are visible. Now I know the target ledger is sundry debtors and creditors, for which I'm again typing the fields called primary group. Primary group, I'm right clicking, add a slicer. So all the ledgers are listed, sir. I'm going and clicking on sundry creditors. So now the entire transaction is being fixed to sundry creditors. So later I can go and edit the slicer, include other transactions as well. In this particular array, you can find whether it is a 269 SS or T, count of transactions. Sir, one more tip, sir. I'll just brief it. I'm not going to do. One more tips. Tomorrow, another faculty is teaching you power queries and power pivots. Sir, how many of you have exposed to power pivots here, sir? Only 3 or 4, I guess. Yes, I'll quickly brief you here, sir. Very important point. Now, we are trying to do a pivot table with one table. One data set which pandro. You can do a pivot with multiple data sets. If you see this quadrant, only the fields of this particular table will get visible, but other table also will be visible. For example, if you have 5 tables, all the 5 can be taken into the field. Any other table, another table also can be taken. For example, in my case, I have master data. I can link master data and this transactional data, take the content of the master data into this report. I know this is a transactional based report. So multiple fields of a different table also get consolidated. If you have some idea about, very basic idea about our power pivot works. So tomorrow morning first session is power pivot. This can take you the analysis to multifold. I'll give you one more hint, sir. The voucher type name can also be inserted here. And the value of this 3 entries total also can be taken in the down as a subtotal of what the debit note total value affecting that particular ledger. So it can go into a multi-fold analysis of that particular transaction. Not necessarily after tagging here we need to go to tally to check on. You can very well continue with this. Yes. Sir, shall I move on with this, sir? One more table, one more analysis. In this, as I spoke, we are spending a lot of time in GST audits. If I ask, sir, so I'm a faculty in advanced ITD here in Chennai. I think almost every branch every batch I'll at least spend 1 or 2 days. When I ask one question, consider a client which has a turnover of 50 crores and 16 voucher types to record sales, 5-6 voucher types to record purchases of different branches, 25,000 entries. They have 46 ledgers for GST. Okay, now your senior principal is asking you to do audit, and there is an opening balance difference of just 4 crores. Okay? Yeah, just 4 crores. And the turnover of the entity is say 75 or 100 crores. How long will it take for audits? There will be no answer immediately, sir. People will think the batch of 30 or 40. So finally, I say, if at all you are not giving me any answer, I will not move. All articles, all the final year articles are mostly advanced ITD. They'll say, sir, 1 week, and one guy will say, sir,